We live in the most medicated, highly equipped era in human history. Yet, despite massive advances in medical technology, more people are suffering from chronic conditions right now than at any previous point in our evolution. This chart shows the growth of medical technology over the last century compared to the rate of chronic disease. Instead of retreating, illness is climbing right alongside our technological progress. Our current medical model focuses heavily on managing symptoms. We spend our time trying to find the exact right drug to match a specific diagnosis. But to actually heal, we need to look past the symptoms. We have to ask why the human body stopped repairing itself in the first place. Look at wild animals in their natural habitats. You will not find monkeys with diabetes or a herd of elephants dealing with autoimmune disorders. Now, look at the animals we have domesticated. The dogs, cats, and horses that share our homes and our food are developing obesity, cancer, and anxiety at rates never seen in wild populations of those exact same species. This rapid shift across different species tells us the common denominator is not genetics. It is the shared, modern environment we have built for ourselves and invited them into. If chronic disease is a direct consequence of how we are living, then by changing those environmental conditions, the damage can be reversed. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans lived in direct contact with the natural world. In the span of just 2 or 3 generations, we have placed ourselves inside a massive enclosed chemical experiment. The modern home is packed with hidden loads. Synthetic fabrics shed microplastics, carpets and furniture release chemical off-gassing, and personal care products are loaded with endocrine disruptors, chemicals that interfere with your body's hormone system. The body's nervous system does not draw a line between this physical chemical stress and psychological stress. Chronic anxiety and unresolved trauma flood the body with cortisol, the primary stress hormone that triggers a biological fight or flight response. This combination of outer chemical pollution and chronic emotional stress completely overwhelms the biological systems designed to manage waste. Of all the changes to our environment, what we eat is the most consequential. Walk down a modern grocery aisle and you are mostly looking at food-like substances designed strictly for a long shelf life. To make a product last for months, you have to kill off anything that might want to eat it. Preservatives are literal antibiotics. When you eat them, they don't deactivate. They continue doing their job inside you, systematically eliminating the beneficial bacteria your gut relies on. Even if the food was perfectly clean, modern humans are digesting 16 to 18 hours a day. Constant eating prevents the migrating motor complex, an internal cleaning wave that sweeps the small intestine clear of debris, from ever activating. By combining bacteria-killing chemicals with non-stop digestion, we actively disable the exact mechanisms required to clear toxins from our system. As toxins and preservatives wipe out our natural intestinal flora, a biological vacuum opens. Hostile pathogens, yeast, and parasites quickly multiply and take over. The intestinal wall relies on good bacteria for structural support. Without them, immense pressure is placed on tight junctions, the specific protein structures protecting the bloodstream. When they break apart, undigested food and toxins cross directly into the blood. This is leaky gut. The immune system, 70 to 80% of which is located right around the intestines, encounters these foreign invaders and panics, launching a massive inflammatory response. Because the gut's surface area is so large, this localized alarm turns into a systemic fire. This sustained chronic inflammation is the shared root cause of almost every major modern disease, from obesity to Alzheimer's. When we look at that list of modern chronic conditions, diabetes, depression, autoimmune disorders, we have been misinterpreting what they actually are. The human body does not actually know how to get sick. It only knows how to adapt to its environment. Many illnesses are actually protective responses. Insulin resistance is a cell defending itself from toxic levels of excess glucose. Inflammation is a desperate attempt to survive tissue damage. When we use pharmaceuticals to suppress these symptoms, we are just silencing the body's alarm system while the actual fire continues to burn. Chronic disease is not a biological malfunction. It is the body's highly intelligent, exhausted attempt to survive an impossible, toxic situation. The human body and planet Earth are currently telling the exact same biological story. Both are dealing with overwhelmed waste systems. The mechanical failure of the gut's microscopic barrier mirrors the collapse of the planet's macro ecosystems and the clear-cutting of the natural environment. The microplastics leaking into the human bloodstream are a direct reflection of the plastic-choked oceans drifting across the globe. We cannot medicate our way out of this. We have to consciously step out of the chemical experiment by returning to real, recognizable food, honoring our fasting windows, and reducing our daily toxic load. True healing isn't about overriding the body. It's about restoring natural conditions so the body's ancient innate intelligence can finally resume its work.